Shalom friends, after a short summer break, it is time to get back to our discovery of Israel on Israel MyChannel. In today's episode, I would like to provide you with some information and graphical reconstruction of an ancient site in Israel. Today's episode will begin a new series which I will continue in the future. Israel has a history like no other, and today, when once again the modern state of Israel is established, we can explore this unique land. But before we will do that, please don't forget to give a like to this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. With this out of the way, let's begin our journey. We travel today to Caesarea Maritima, an ancient city in the Sharon plain on the coast of the Mediterranean. Today, the ancient stones are part of an Israeli national park and bear witness to a magnificent city built by Herod the Great. Here you can see an artist's reconstruction of how this place would have looked like in ancient times. The story of this place is quite interesting. In 32 BC, Octavian convinced the Roman Senate to declare war on the Egyptian queen Cleopatra. Her lover and ally, Mark Antony, who was Octavian's rival, gave his support for her cause. After a decisive victory for Octavian at the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra and Antony withdrew to Alexandria, where Octavian besieged the city until both Antony and Cleopatra were forced to commit suicide. Herod the Great, who was friends with Mark Antony, also supported Cleopatra, and after the war, many believed that Octavian will take revenge on the Jewish king. However, Herod was very skilled in politics and somehow was able to convince Octavian of his loyalty to the new Caesar. In a gesture of goodwill, Herod promised Octavian a new harbor city. That city became Caesarea Maritima. The city and its great harbor were built under Herod the Great near the site of a former Phoenician naval station. Caesarea later became the provincial capital of the Roman Judea, Roman Syrian Palestina, and Byzantine Palestina Prima provinces. In 22 BC, Herod began construction of a deep-sea harbor named Sebastos. On the artist's reconstruction of this place, the Sebastos would be located here. The pace of construction was very impressive considering the project's size and complexity. At its height, Sebastos was one of the most impressive harbors of its time. It had been constructed on the coast that had no natural harbors and served as an important commercial harbor in antiquity, rivaling Cleopatra's harbor at Alexandria. When it was built in the 1st century BC, the harbor of Sebastos ranked as the largest artificial harbor built in an open sea enclosing around 100,000 square meters. When Judea became a Roman province in 6 AD, Caesarea Maritima replaced Jerusalem as its civilian and military capital and became an official residence of the governors, such as the Roman procurator Antonius Felix and prefect Pontius Pilate. And it is here in Caesarea Maritima that in 1961 there was a discovery of the Pilate stone, the only archaeological item that mentions the Roman prefect Pontius Pilate, by whose order Jesus was crucified. It is likely that Pilate used Caesarea as a base and only went to Jerusalem when needed. Major classical era findings are the Roman theater, a temple dedicated to the goddess Roma and Emperor Augustus, a hippodrome rebuilt in the 2nd century as a more conventional theater, a double aqueduct that brought water from springs at the foot of Mount Carmel, a boundary wall, and a 200 feet 60 meters wide moat protecting the harbor to the south and west. I hope this was interesting for you. In the future, I plan to create a 3D model of Caesarea Maritima for you to explore. In my next episode in the series Israel Then and Now, we will look at Masada fortress, built also by Herod the Great. At the end, I want to give a special thank you for all the people who decided to support the channel, either by becoming a member on YouTube or a patron on the Patreon page. I really appreciate your support. It motivates me to continue this work. If you would like to join as a member, just go to the main channel page and click join, or you can click on the Patreon icon in the top of the right corner. All the best to you, and see you in the next video. Shalom.